In this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for anyone wanting to improve their magic or their performance in general. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced performer, these 3 tips will be vital to your performance looking confident, slick, and professional. I've also then got a bonus for you if you stick around to the end. Tip number 1, do not overload yourself. Most magicians, including myself, when you first get into the game, you want to learn as many tricks as you can because you're excited about learning new stuff all the time. But that's a bad idea. What you want to do is find 1 or 2 tricks that you love from either YouTube or magic books, and you want to perfect those tricks so that they're great. You're far better off having 2 magic tricks that will blow people away than having 100 magic tricks that you're very average at. Tip number 2, you want to make sure you rehearse these tricks until they're perfect. The way you do that, rehearse over and over and over again until you can perform that piece of magic perfectly at least 10 times in a row. If you make a mistake at number 5 or number 6, you start again. Make sure you do 10 perfect performances to yourself first. Then you want to grab a camera, put a camera up, film yourself, and then watch that performance back and make sure that there's no secret moves or any flashes of any sort of kind within that performance, and then you know that you're ready to move on to step 3. Step number 3 is the most important step, and that is to perform as much as possible. You want to get in front of your family and perform for them, meet up with your friends and perform for them, and then the best thing to do, which will take a lot of confidence, would be to get out on the street and perform for strangers. I remember when I first started out, the biggest confidence booster was when I went with a friend of mine into London and we approached strangers and asked them if they'd want to see magic tricks. Most of the time they will say yes. Sometimes they'll say no, don't worry about them. But the people who say yes, perform to your best of your ability, and that will give you more confidence than any other step. And the bonus is, if you can get a camera together and have someone go along and film you performing for your friends or ideally for strangers, that is the best thing you can do, because when you watch that video back, you're going to notice things that you didn't realize you were doing. Very often, magicians add fluff words to their performances. They end up waffling along for hours and hours, and it ends up getting very confusing. And they don't realize they're doing it. I do it very often. I'm probably doing it now. Try and keep your performance as slick as possible. Try not to add in any unnecessary words or explanations. If you want to see me performing on the streets when I first started learning magic, then you're in luck, because those videos are still on YouTube. If you click this playlist here, it will take you to some of my first ever performances on the street. I'm not necessarily proud of them now, but it was a big learning experience for me, and it's worth you watching and checking out. Some of the tricks are pretty good still. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Good luck.